I'm trying to work out whether the Bessent and the reporting that maybe he's going to be considered for Fed chair after Powell is good news for the markets or a risk for the markets, given how well many within the markets think he's handled that tension between being loyal to Trump and executing the tariff regime and those, of course, negotiations with the trading partners.
Yeah, he's definitely seen by the market as a safe pair of hands. But again, what you just said there, he's seen as very loyal to Trump. And we know that Trump wants these Fed cuts sooner rather than later. So perhaps if he does emerge as a clear frontrunner, the market might take that very dovishly. Now, there are a few other names in the mix. Kevin Warsh, he was talked about previously as the pick for Treasury Secretary. Kevin Hassett, who's currently at the chairman of the National Economic Council for the White House. So there are a few names in the mix. But again, this just is speculation that Trump wants to have some influence over Fed policy. And the way he could do that is by picking this shadow Fed chair sooner rather than later. So the markets pay attention not to Powell, but to this candidate who is going to come into place May 2026.
Yes, that is the danger for Powell, isn't it, that his role is undermined even before it is lost because of that kind of dynamic. It's going to be really interesting to watch what defines Fed independence, though, isn't it? Because just because you might be you might have political sympathies and have worked for a person does not necessarily mean you follow all their instructions. If it were to be Bessent, for example, and just because you might do something that might chime with what the president wants you to do doesn't mean you're not independent. So trying to illustrate that independence, if we did see Bessent in the hot seat, would be incredibly important.
Yeah, it would be. And I think this, if we do get a successor named by Trump sooner rather than later, it really poses questions over whether Powell will see out the end of his term. It's something he has said before, that he will sit until May 2026. But how hard is it going to be to do your job when no one's listening to you? They're listening to someone else.